Hey, what's up, everybody? Just holding on for a hot second or two. Wait for me to get everything straight for other people to come on board. So, hey, what's up, everybody? Hold on just for a second. Holding on for a hot second or two. Wait for me to get everything straight for other people to come on board. So, I had it right the first time. All right. So what's up, Wayne King? All right. So I'm just getting everything out real quick. This is going to be a very, very important video. Once I get started. All right, this is going to be a pretty important video. So I'm going to just chill for a bit until we get ready to roll. I'm waiting for other people to step in. All right, and I got some stuff right off the bat to show you. All right, this is not going to be pretty in the least bit. I just got finished going through a particular video. I watch Australian news, right? And in the Australian news, hold on, let me see something. In the Australian news, see, a lot of people is being more real about what's going on here than we are. We are such fools in that we allow one side to manipulate us, and now you got a bunch of people with buyer's remorse. All right, and a lot of people are going to be sorry or relieved. All right, but hold on for a second. All right, hold on. Some of the people I got to bring on board, I don't have to do anything. But some of the guys up in here, I would like to bring on board for the simple reason that these are some of my most prominent supporters, right? Now, in saying that, in saying that, some of the times we have a difficult time getting our message across because in this system, they don't wish for us to have this open dialogue. All right, in this system, they don't wish for us to have this dialogue. And as such, it creates a kind of a problem. And right now, you have a concerted effort. All right, I want y'all to understand this. Right now, you have a concerted effort of them trying to get rid of the voices of the Afro men who have decided to leave the plantation. All right, so this is kind of what we have going on. The Afro man that has decided to leave the plantation, oh, they are having such a significant problem with that. In that these people all right, these people they have a fear. And let me put it to you this way. It's a lose-lose situation. All right, it is a lose-lose situation. And a lot of the Bl-Fefails don't really understand what's at stake because they don't care to understand. And that is going to be their downfall. All right, that is going to be their downfall. They don't care what's going on. They feel like they don't need to care. They don't care about the Afro man because, again, they feel like they don't need to care. So in all these things, it's about to get real. So let's get ready to get into this. When you hear that, you know it's time to kick it off, right? So what's up, everybody? Again, this is the Reluctant Nabi. And let me greet everybody real quick. Warden Hardugu Dog Ola Oi to the Bay. Vasas Los, Bonjour, Miss Me. Kedabawani Kwinichiwa. Niha Niyama. Sani Bonani. Jambo Habarigani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. Kumusta ka? Kumusta Pukayo? Talafa lava soy fua. Alright, to my Polynesian brother out there, wherever you are. Ain't seen you in a minute. But anyway, as we talk about these things and as we get started, alright, one of the things that I wanted to make clear is that there has been such an assault on the Afro male that it is downright ridiculous. Alright? Now, I'm going to explain to y'all what's about to happen. Alright? And either way, it's going to be a lose-lose for the Bl-Fefails. And some of them are already feeling the pressure now. But I told somebody a while back when I had said that Trump was going to win the election when he was running against Hillary Clinton. I said it's going to be a good thing to us in such a way that we won't understand how it's going to be good to us. And I said it's going to be a spiritual type of good. And y'all trust me when I say I've been right about that. What the election of this man did was it allowed us to see corruption at its very worst. Not just the corruption with the media, not just the corruption with the politician, but the corruption within the so-called black community in itself. How you got a bunch of, as I say, moist towelette minded, instead of just plain old moist, right? Dudes that run around caping for one side or another, while at the same time not justly judging the sides by the same meat which it does judges the side that they like. All right. Such is the degeneration of the community that you would be hard pressed. All right. You would be hard pressed to just find many logical men. I got into a discussion that turned into it. Was I can't say it was an argument, okay? And the reason why I can't say it was an argument because the dude that I was talking to got so mad like a female that they couldn't talk anymore, and it was over LeBron James. Is a person that does nothing but play Xbox all day, took over somebody else's house. Oh, we're going to end that too. But they took over somebody else's house, right? Took over the TV that the child of that house would be watching. All right. And a lot of these dudes don't understand how they have been played. Now, for a moment, if you may, if you can, for a moment, if you can, I would like to take the time to demonstrate just how seriously people have been played. Now, I'm going to bring up a particular news source. Let's see. Let's go into history. Where I just decided, I was like, wow, this is something else. All right, and there's a group of people talking about the debates with Trump and what happened in the debate. All right, and so I'm going to play clips from this. All right, I'm going to play clips from this because this was a debate. for the presidency of the United States. All right. Now, as I play a clip for it, I'm going to play a couple clips from this and show you how people have been played by the Democrats. But the Democrats didn't play them as much as they have played themselves. All right. Now, one of the things I said about Trump is he's an honest person. What do I mean by that? Has he always told the truth? I can't say that he has. But when you look at who he is and how he acts, he has not changed with it. He's honestly who he is. If that means anything to you. Right? Who he is, who Trump is, like him or loathe him, who he is who he is. You know what you're getting. Right? But the other things that you got is a lot of things that was good, not only for us as Afro people, but the country as a whole. But for us as Afro people. Now, they haven't given us what they owe us. I'm going to put it to you that way. And yes, reparations are in order. I don't know how they would be divvied out, since most of the reparations should go to the males, but they are in order because everything was designed for the family and it was co-opted and robbed from them by the female. We'll get into that. So somebody remind me. Well, I put up a video about that already. How a senator put the word sex in the civil rights bill in order to take away rights from Afro men. And he did that at the behest of a woman in the women's feminist movement. Because the women wanted to take the rights that were for the men and Afro men and women who were being bitten by dogs, had fire hoses put on them. The Caucasian women, the white women for some of y'all, they wanted to take our rights from us, and because they had power, the feminists had power with the senators. They got one senator to put the phrase XCX in it, and when they did that, that made white women, who are the majority, be considered a minority and get the same rights that was divvied out for the people who were the descendants of slaves. So the white woman, and let's be more specific, the very white women that had owned servants now were able to take away the rights and the gains of the servants that was just treated horrendously by them. They were able to take their rights and gains through the civil rights movement away from them as if they've suffered the same fate as the Afro people. That's what happened. And they were able to do that is because a bunch of black women joined with the white women and thought themselves to be separate from the Afro community. That's what happened. And as that happened, the Afro people ended up with crumbs if you were a black woman and nothing if you were an Afro man. And woe be unto the children. They ended up with worse than nothing. They ended up with the single mom who said they didn't need no man and took out all the wicked stress that they had on those children. Like in the news where I think here in Houston, a woman threw her two children out the window and killed them. But you know who I blame for that? I blame the court system, the family court system that knows They know this. They know statistically that the best place for a child to be when he can't be with the mother and father is with the father. But because of feminists and feminism, they did what was opposite. Feminists said, they lied and said the best interest of the child is always with the mother, which was a lie. And the courts knew this. But again, these are Caucasian feminists that wielded political power by controlling one senator, mainly the ones coming out of California. And they destroyed the family. And now people think that the destroyed family is the preference. They're able to convince people that the best thing for children in a country is the destroyed family. I want y'all to understand this. The destroyed family, they were able to convince people, is the best thing for the country. That's how sick this country has become. Now, I'm going to show you how bad people have been played. All right. And when I say they've been played to the utmost. All right. But if you've been played, that's your own fault. All right. Hold on for a second. All right, we're going to come back to this, but I want y'all to pay attention to this real quick, right? Hold on for a minute. I want you to pay attention to what's going down.
Up in a basement like Joe does. He has the ability to lock himself up. I don't know. He's obviously made a lot of money someplace.
People are learning to die with it. You folks home have an empty chair at the kitchen table this morning. That man or wife going to bed at night reaching up and trying to touch their out of habit where their wife or husband was is gone.
But I want to open the schools. We have to open our country. We're not going to have a country. People are losing their jobs. They're committing suicide. There's depression. Look at what's happened to New York. It's a ghost town. Talk about plexiglass. These are restaurants that are dying, and it's not the answer. I mean, you're going to sit there in a cubicle wrapped around with plastic. These are businesses that are dying, Joe. You can't do that to people. He is the vice president of the United States, and his son, his brother, and his other brother are getting rich. They're like a vacuum cleaner. They're sucking up money every time.
There's a reason why he's bringing up all this malarkey. There's a reason for it. He doesn't want to talk about the substantive issues. It's not about his family and my family. It's about your family. And your family's hurting badly.
Let's get off this China thing. And then he looks, the family, around the table, everything. Just a typical politician when I see that. You're going to have socialized medicine, just like you went up with fracking. We're not going to have fracking. We're going to stop fracking. We're going to stop fracking. Then he goes to Pennsylvania after he gets a nomination where he got very lucky to get it. And he goes to Pennsylvania and he says, oh, we're going to have fracking. And you never ask that question. And by the way, so
this is the part I want y'all to pay closer attention to. All right, listen, he laid the trap, right? And here's the trap. Biden goes into it.
far, I respect very much the way you're handling this, I have to say.
By the way,
but somebody should ask the question. If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay, let's get on to the next question.
Keep talking about all these things you're going to do, and you're going to do this, but you were there just a short time ago, and you guys did nothing.
We did.
You know, Joe, I ran because of you. I ran because of Barack Obama. Because you did a poor job. If I thought you did a good job, I would have never run.
Come on. This guy is a dog whistle about as big as a foghorn.
You made a reference to Abraham Lincoln. Where did that come in? I mean,
You said
where
you're
did-
Abraham Lincoln.
No, where did that? No. I said not since Abraham Lincoln has anybody done what I've done for the black community.
And I'm
I didn't
saying,
say I'm Abraham Lincoln. You have done nothing other than the crime bill, which put
oh God.
tens of thousands of black men, mostly in jail. And what about fracking?
All right,
Now we have to ask
let me allow Vice President
I
Biden to respond.
never said I oppose fracking.
You
Hold on, wait. Did you hear him? He said, I never said I oppose fracking. Hold on. That's the trap, right?
said it on tape.
I did show the tape. Put it on your website.
Put it on.
Put it on the website.
Okay, now we're going to stop right there. Oh, Lord, that's a juicy one. Biden said, show the tape, put it on your website. Okay. Now, I said all that because I wanted to get to that part where Biden says, show the tape, put it on your website. All right. So before I go to the other thing, I wanted to go to something else that was just as disturbing. Okay. And basically, let me see.
Oh, yeah. Did we get your attention? Good.
Okay, I'm going to show it just from there. So basically, hold on, let me greet people real quick. See who's up in here before I go to the next clip to show you what the Democrats actually think of people, right? So what's up, Wayne King, Ace 3567, hey, Simplified Texas Marine, what's up, David Bowman, Antonio Johnson, what's going down? Greg Mahone, all right. Hey, what's up, Dwight? And what's up, Daniel Scott? What's up, Big D's? All right. Now, let me remind you, my PayPal me and Cash App is in the description box. We're about to make another trip to Brazil. I'm packing the soccer balls and stuff that I'm gonna take now. One of the drones that we had for the NGO needed some batteries, so we're doing that and a part. And so for those that like to help us in what we do for the community, my PayPal me and my Cash App will be in the description box. For those that don't have it to help, don't worry about it. We just do let me put it this way. We do what we can with what we get or what we have already, right? And we just ask, just in case somebody else might have. But what you can do is share the videos, right? What you can do is share the videos and let brothers know we need to be more educated about what we do. All right. So he laid the trap for Joe Biden. All right. Many dudes, many so-called Afro people, black peoples, many of us, we ain't going to see crap. You want me to tell you why we ain't going to see crap? Because all they need, hey, what's up, Maxwell? Hey, what's up, Elijah? Hey, what's going down full circle? All right. All right. now, I sold you the thing was late for Joe Biden. I kept telling y'all he's been lying about everything. Trump, he said, means what he says what he means. You don't like it? Okay, I understand why some people don't like it. I understand why some people do. I understand all that, right? But then the people that don't like him because of the way he is, they're just not used to seeing a real man do real man stuff. Remember, the presidency is something that's a political thing that somebody is trained to do almost straight out of high school into college. They formulate everything for you. They teach you how to say stuff to be politically expedient and never to be the truth. That's not Trump. He say what he mean what he say. People may not like it. He's not lied about anything. As a matter of fact, with all the investigations that came up, all the legal investigation where he's under oath, it has been shown that he's not been the one that's been committing the crimes. Now it's coming out that it was Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton that have been committing the crime. Obama is in this. And the more true it is, the harder Facebook and Twitter tried to block it. They have fact checkers that actually work for the criminals that say, well, this is not factually true. Lying. Okay? So that's what we have right now. Now, the reason why a lot of people ain't going to see it, and this is why we need to leave the warp-minded, what I call them moist towelettes. Not the brawny either. You know them paper towels, the cheap generic ones? That's how moist their brains and the rest of their continents is, because you can't say nothing to them. They cry about everything. Some even fake like they with you on certain things, but they're not. Okay? So I would like to draw your attention to this right here. All right, as I draw your attention to this was a video called Get Your Booty to the Poll. All right, it's all over Facebook. It was over Twitter. They didn't block this. It's YouTube, right? So let's take a look at all they had to do to get a bunch of so-called black men to vote Democrat. Not talk policy. Not talk what we can do for you. Not talk how we can make your lives better. Not talk about how you can get or keep your job. Just vote for us, and we believe that you so ignorant and subpar in thinking that all we got to do is put the Bl-Fefails out there to tell you what to do. And when you look at what they're doing, they aren't asking you to vote Democrat. They're telling you what to do, assuming that their training has taken such effect that they don't even need to tell you to vote Democrat. You already know, because most black children growing up with the black single mother are brainwashed and trained to vote Democrat, period. And that's not what our ancestors voted. That's only what the feminists taught us to do. Our ancestors, when most of the households, when 80% of the children grew up in a two-parent household, back then, when men led the home and women weren't being abused, we were buying houses, owning stores, and we had a helpmeet, right? And it was rough. Life was rough. But life is rough now. People just think it's good because they got an Xbox. But now they crying because somebody got shot in the street. A black man got shot and ain't nothing happened to the police. But no, you was doing great, weren't you? All right, more police. Understand this. I'm going to say this. More police have been prosecuted successfully under Trump than under Obama, Bush. All right, we ain't even going to think about Clinton. More police have been prosecuted for crimes against Afro men under Trump than any other president in the modern era since Reagan. And I say since Reagan because I really didn't go back far enough. Well, I didn't go back to Bush Sr. So I don't know, right? So let me just give you a gander at what's going on here. All right? This is what they think about you. Remember before No Vaseline? This is what they think about you. So-called black men, this is what they think about you. They don't have to talk about policy. They don't have to talk about what they do for you. But the Democrats, this is what they think about you. Bring your booty to the poll was an actual campaign ad aimed at so-called black men.
Did we get your attention? Good. So, you're really not gonna vote. You know it's more than just the president on the ballot, right? A district attorney decides the president, including whether or not it will have the $30. Do you know who elects the
Oops, I didn't see that.
We do, but you don't want to vote. You can't make it rain if you lock up on some bullshit. When trade and coding taught their school, then vote for the school boards that will prepare us for the job market. Want to end cash bail? Well, then vote for the sheriffs and county officials that feel the same way you do. What you got?
Okay? Basically, that's what they think about us. This is an actual ad campaign running on Twitter and Facebook. The people that blocked everything else. All right. That's basically it. Brothers, that's what they think about you. All right. That is what they think about you. That's all they got to do is put that up in your face. And this ad is on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter. Period. Not policy, just an ad. Now, an ad campaign for the Democrats. Now, let's go back, or people supporting the Democrats. But yeah, the Democrats. So now, let's go back to Say It Ain't So Joe. All right, remember the trap that Trump set. All right, when he talked about fracking, he said Joe Biden lied about a bunch of stuff. We're going to get into also the business partner that indicated on live, on air, on C-SPAN that yes, indeed, Joe Biden was the big guy. That yes, they were in collusion with China as Joe Biden was selling influence to the Chinese from his vice presidential office. That's the indication, right? But we'll get to that after this, right? To show that, yeah, this dude straight up lying. Straight up lying. Straight up lying. And he's caught in a lie. So what did Trump say? You did fracking. What did Joe Biden say? No, I didn't. Then he threatened Trump. He said, Trump said, we have you on tape. Joe Biden says, well, if you got me on tape, well, put it up online. Put it up online. Put it up in your, what is it? Campaign web page. Put it up on your campaign web page. Guess what Trump did? Y'all ain't even gonna need to guess. I'm gonna just show it to you. Cause y'all know me. Some of the times I can show y'all better than I can tell you. Alright? I can show you better than I can tell you. Alright.
Joe Biden was caught out with was saying, I've never said I'm against fracking. James, big lie that Joe Biden was caught out with was saying, I've never said I'm against fracking.
Like Florida was in 2000 and where this really drags out courts.
So the big lie that Joe Biden was caught out with
The courts.
So the big lie that Joe Biden was caught out with
Guess
was
what?
saying, I've never said I'm against fracking. James,
Well, he said put it on the website, and he did, so roll the tape.
Any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated and no more subsidies for either one of those. I guarantee we're going to get fossil fuel. No more fracking. And I gradually move away from fracking.
And I think it's critically important on day one that we end any fossil fuel leases on public lands.
What about stopping fracking, stopping the pipeline infrastructure,
They want to do the same thing I want to do. They want to phase out fossil fuels. We're going to phase out fossil fuels.
I mean, unbelievable.
Doesn't this remind you, though? I mean, like a lot of people said this could be like the May election we had in Australia last year. This sounds so much like Bill Shorten did,
Absolutely.
where he was trying to act like he was for coal and for mining and all of that, and then he would go and talk to the inner city people in Sydney and Melbourne. Oh, no, we're all very environmental, and we're going to get rid of that Green New Deal and all that. And nobody believed him because he was trying to have a bet each way. Same thing happening here. Biden, Shorten, same thing.
Now, one of the other things that I wanted to point out in all of this stuff, right? One of the other things that I wanted to point out in all of this stuff is what happened is that, let me see if I can find it. What somebody pointed out is in Pennsylvania, all right, we want to play what she has to say. So one of the things to point out that is in Pennsylvania, a lot of people, it's the same way in Texas. And here's the breakdown. A lot of people early voted before the last debate, right? And a lot of people that voted for Biden now regret their vote. All right? This is why nobody should ever vote early, at least until all the debates are in, because you never know what you're going to hear as your livelihood is being destroyed. All right, let's listen to her.
It's on in these debates is, why didn't you do it when you were in office for 8 years? But my favorite part about this debate overall is the fact that afterwards, can I change my vote researched more than any other time has been searched in Google history immediately after that debate.
Can I change my vote?
Can I change my vote? Another time it has been searched in Google history. Afterwards, can I change my vote was, but my favorite part about this debate overall is the fact that afterwards, it's on in these debates is, why didn't you do it when you were in office for 8 years? But my favorite part about this debate overall is the fact that afterwards, can I change my vote was searched more than any other time it has been searched in Google history immediately after that debate. The favorite part about this debate overall is the fact that afterwards, can I change my vote was searched more than any other time it has been searched in Google history immediately after that debate.
Can I change my vote?
Can I change my vote? And you will never guess where, shock, Pennsylvania was one of the top places that was
Well,
searched.
that's a bit of a worry, though. I mean, like, if that's a bit of a worry that a bunch of people in Pennsylvania, by the way, Rita and I are going to be in Pennsylvania.
Okay, so I want y'all to understand how everybody has been played like a piano. Alright, this is how everybody has been played like a piano. As she said, can I change my vote for the early voters? Understand this. The early voters who voted for Biden now want to change their vote. Right? Because now they found out that Biden really do want to take away their jobs. Alright, but in the debate, he figures since everybody's going to be watching, I'll just lie. That's what he's done the whole time. He's lied. Why? Because his base will allow him to lie, and then they will take the lies that he tells and then blame Trump for. Alright? I kept telling y'all there's a particular scripture that we should not bear false witness against our neighbors. And the reason you don't do that is because judgment is going to come. And I believe this, honestly. With more people voting for Joe Biden simply because they cannot stand Trump, because the media propped everything up. They lied on him and got the rest of the United States to believe the lies and now lie on Trump. That is going to be a marker for the Most High to judge this country. All right? And the BAW, they're going to lose one way or the other. It's because the guys that have resources, they're busting a move. They out. All right? All these red pills and all the rest of these kind of pills, they are out. All right? And that isn't even the least of it. Okay? That isn't, look. If we do not wake up and become righteous people, okay, see if I can find this. Okay, and we'll look at the Wall Street Journal. Let's see if this. All right, we're going to go with the New York Post with this. All right, we're going to pause it. See if I can. Okay. So basically, all right, this is one last thing I want to point out, right? And I'm doing all this because I want to show y'all to the level of what you are being played with. All right. Right now, you will have some people click on this and see that I'm telling the truth, and they're not going to want to hear it. And they'll leave immediately. Right? We don't have too many real men left anymore that want to hear the truth and hear what's really going on anymore. They don't want people to talk to them in a real way. All right. So this is Hunter's partner, Tony Bobulinski. All right. This is Tony Bobulinski. All right. Let's go full.
Saying that he's never discussed business with Hunter. That is false. I have firsthand knowledge about this because I directly dealt with the Biden family, including Joe Biden.
Hold on for a second. They're gonna put all these commercials in here. All right, maybe they won't. Oh, let me see if I can find the full video. Hold on, let me see something. Hold on for a second. Let's see if we can get it here.
All of it. John? Harris, good afternoon to you. This changes the whole direction of the story just a bit here, because up until now, this has all been about.
That ain't what we want. Let me see if we can find it. And this is the other problem with the media. All right, this story is so big and it's not getting out because they're putting it out in snips and pieces, right? I had the whole video and I should have just kept it, but I thought I could go back. I thought I would be able to go back to it. Let's see if this be it. So now I'm gonna have a hard time. But anyway, let's do it this way. All right, some of the times, like I found this before, but I didn't know it was going to be such a shortened version, right? So some of the times you just got to do this. In order to find stuff that people are trying to hide, you have to be creative in how you ask the question. I think this might be it. So let's let this go. All right, and so some of the times, in order to find stuff, right, you have to know what's going on. So I have to know, I had to know Joe Bobulinski in order to find out what's actually going on. In order to find out that somebody else is involved in stuff, you have to pay attention to the news and media, but not just the mainstream, because they'll hide this from you. You have to pay attention to people and what's going on, right? So this is basically what's going on.
Armed Forces. Since leaving the Navy, I've been involved in various successful businesses, both in this country and abroad. I'm making a statement to set the record straight about the involvement of the Biden family, Vice President Biden, his brother Jim Biden, and his son Hunter Biden, in dealings with the Chinese. I've heard Joe Biden say that he's never discussed business with Hunter. That is false. I have firsthand knowledge about this because I directly dealt with the Biden family, including Joe Biden. I have also heard that Vice President Biden said on Tuesday that Senator Ron Johnson, the chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, should be ashamed for suggesting that Biden family sought to profit from their name. Well, here are the facts I know, and everything I'm saying is corroborated by emails, WhatsApp chats, agreements, documents, and other evidence. And the American people can judge for themselves. I brought, I guess, for record, 3 phones that spanned the years 2015 through 2018. These phones have never been held by anybody else besides myself. I was told this past Sunday by somebody who was also involved in this matter that if I went public this information, it would bury all of us, man. The Bidens included. I have no wish to bury anyone. I've never been political. The few contributions I have made have been to Democrats. But what I am is a patriot and a veteran. After that meeting, I had numerous communications with Hunter, Walker, Gilliard, and Jim Biden regarding the allocation of the equity ownership of Sinohawk. On May 13, 2017, I received an email concerning allocation of equity, which says 10% held by H for the big guy. In that email, there's no question that H stands for Hunter, big guy for his father, Joe Biden, and Jim for Jim Biden. In fact, Hunter often referred to his father as the big guy or my chairman. On numerous occasions, it was made clear to me that Joe Biden's involvement was not to be mentioned in writing, but only face-to-face. In fact, I was advised by Gillier and Walker that Hunter and Jim Biden were paranoid about keeping Joe Biden's involvement secret. I also had a disagreement with Hunter about the funds CSC was contributing to Sinohawk. Hunter wanted $5 million of those funds to go to himself and his family, so he wanted the funds wired directly to an entity affiliated with him. I objected because I was contrary to our written agreements concerning Sinohawk. He said, referring to the chairman, his father, that CFC was really investing in the Biden family, that he held the Trump card, and that he was the one putting his family legacy on the line. He also said to me on May 17, 2017, that CFC wanted to be my partner, to be partnered with the Bidens. During these negotiations, I repeated to Hunter and others that Sinohawk could not be Hunter's personal piggy bank, and I demanded that proper corporate governance procedures be implemented for capital distributions. Hunter became very upset with me. CFC through July 2017 was a funds would be transferred to Sinohawk, but they were never sent to our company. Instead, I found out from Senator Johnson's September report that the $5 million was sent in August 2017 to entities affiliated with Hunter. Tomorrow, I will be meeting with the Senate committee members concerning this matter.
All right, so that's all you need to hear. All right, now, why do I post this stuff up? Why do I do this? Because I'm trying to get many of us to wake the F up. You are being played for suckers and used as a political football, like Malcolm X said that we often are used. You have one dude that came in that's not a politician, not for either side, and both sides couldn't stand him. I was watching a David Letterman interview Kim Kardashian West, because you know she liked to be called by her husband's name, right? And what happened was she discussed how she got into law. So yes, she is actually studying to be a lawyer and take the board, or she's taking the board, right? But what got her involved is her reading about how a lot of black people were unjustly imprisoned for small crimes for life. She said, yeah, do some time, but not life, where you're doing the same kind of time as Jeffrey Dahmer for something that was nothing, right? It caused her to act, and instead of needing, she said, I needed lawyers and everything. That's why she got into law. What David Letterman did was he said, well, Trump is a bad man. He is so bad. But all Kim Kardashian knew is Trump is freeing black people. And so to these clowns, I said, right now we're living in relative peace. You have the Middle East making peace as a result of Trump backdoor deals. In the way he deals. So you might not like the way he talked, you might not like how brash and how assured of himself he is. You might not like the manhood he exhibits. Man, he acts like a man instead of like some little bee, you know, like the Obamas did, all right, or a crook like the Bidens do, or the Clintons for that matter. You understand? You got Bush Jr. that wasn't a crook, but just hired a bunch of them. Wasn't in control of much. So what's the point here? The point of the matter is this. That at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, we as Afro men need to stop letting these Bl-Fefails play us, because these women have already stated that they are not part of the black community. When they went after Ice Cube, the women literally on the Champagne, all but Issa Rae, said that they are not part of the black community. And remember, these women have a following of a bunch of other black women. Then you had groups of black women on Facebook that said they're going to withhold sex from Afro men if they don't vote Democrat. How would they know? Maybe the dudes that they choose are the dudes that they lead around by their noses, and these dudes tell them everything. Well, I voted just like you wanted me to. Right? That's the nature of the men that they choose. But that's not the nature of most of the men. And we might be 51% to 49, but the 51% is about to check out of the community and not be bothered with it at all. You already got Red Pill, MGTOW, SYSBM. You got a lot of groups that finally realize that these women mean us harm, that these organizations like Facebook and Facebook and Twitter especially mean. Why did everybody want to harm us men, and especially us Afro men? Because if we wake up and do something other than what we've been doing, we will make everyone afraid, and we will accumulate power at the same time. And that power is going to be reflected in that we realize now we have options and a choice. These Bl-Fefails had one job, and that was to keep us on the plantation. But it did not work well, right? And now, what makes them more frightened than anything else is you got brothers like me, brothers like Dwight, brothers like Texas Marine, brothers like USMC Vet. You got a lot of us brothers that are starting to go out and research things. We are not letting people, we're acting like real men, and we're not letting people pull us around by our noses. We don't let the Bl-Fefail control us, right? I'm sure there are many others. There's Big B Kale, Rick Scorpio, brothers like that. David Bowman, he got a channel. All right, a lot of brothers are starting to put up the truth, right? But the brothers that people are starting to take notice of been putting up the truth. It's just that the black women had a habit of shutting us down. Remember, this channel's about 5th or 6th iteration. They tried to keep us silenced. We were not allowed to speak. We were not allowed to have an opinion. So they thought. All right, we're talking about real men here. All right, and then moist towelette men start to come in on the game and say, guess what? You're not going to have a say. All right, so now we're having this conversation. We're putting up the facts. And as we put up the facts, another astonishing thing is starting to happen. You have a segment of the Afro so-called black male population that are running away from the facts, like a little baby talking about, ah, la, 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 la. I don't want to hear you. Because I like my guy because my woman told me that's who I need to like. And that's the sad part. The Democrat control the so-called black women, but the so-called black women control the so-called black men or so-called men. I've seen a lot of weak stuff on Facebook where men are giving their power to women. And for what? A lot of these dudes think they saying stuff in the midst of saying nothing. And Even at that, I see a lot of dudes calling that fake junk out. Brothers, we need to be comfortable in that when we do our research, that we're going to stick to our research, right? And if them dudes are too weak to hear the truth, let them stay weak. Let them not hear the truth. But either way, it's going to be bad for the people that, if Biden wins, it's going to be really effed up. And the sad part is those people in Pennsylvania, after hearing what Biden said he was going to do, at Trump actually calling him out and posting what Biden said. See, here's the thing. Here is the thing. Everybody has examined Trump so much that they cannot show where he's lied to anybody. And that's the problem. He said he was going to put up a wall, and he said he's going to put up a wall. And here's another thing. You know them gates and them cages everybody holler about? They were built under the Obama administration. Trump didn't build those cages. He didn't put those people there. It's just that when he came into the office, he had to deal with them because Obama built those cages and put those people there. But everybody decided not to look at that record. You know, all them children that they was talking about that were in them cages, do you know that they're in there because they could not find their parents? For some, and for 400 and something odd children that are in those cages, they found the parents, but the parents don't want the children. Did y'all know that the coyote is a nickname for the type of people that bring the children through the desert? And not an animal like that lawyer, that Bl-Fefails lawyer. She got a law degree and didn't know the nickname for people that will illegally bring in children over here, but she says she's concerned about the children. Everybody that is actually doing something for Afro men and children are despised by Afro men with the moist towelette mentality and the Bl-Fefails. Kim Kardashian. These women can't stand her. Yes, she's getting a bunch of black people out of jail. Trump. People were taught not to be able to stand him. But every crime that they blamed him for and investigated him for was a cover-up so that nobody would investigate Hillary Clinton. And people forgot all about the illegal stuff she did because of the impeachment trials. Oh, and what did we find out about the impeachment trials? That the Obama administration and Hillary Clinton was behind that. And it's backfiring because it's shown that they had broken laws and might have committed treason. At the least, they spied on an American citizen, lied on an American citizen, that being Donald Trump. And the media should be held culpable too. They should be sued. If Trump loses, he should sue all the media for lying because he would be able to prove it. Lying about stuff that they should have known to be lies and not telling the truth about things and turning them into lies to push a narrative. Remember, that's the difference between them, Facebook, YouTube. Alright, YouTube should be able to be sued because many of us should have been monetized, but they took away monetization out of trying to control us and our speech, while letting the Bl-Fefails and people they like do anything they want. Right? And so I asked a couple of lawyers, and it looks like there is a way to be able to sue YouTube Because remember, they're the child of the Alphabet Corporation that runs Google, and Google's being sued. Understand this. I can't stand a Republican Senate, and I can't stand them because they allow Google and Facebook to lie. They allow Facebook and Twitter and Google and YouTube to spread lies. They allowed them to come after us when we were telling the truth. And when I said the Republicans did, because they're in control of the Senate, they could have brought them up before the Judiciary Committee. They could have broken them up. And because they let these people lie so much on Trump and everybody else, the Republicans are now in danger of losing the Senate. Lord help the country if there is a sweep. Lord help the country if Biden, the Democrats win the Senate and the House. Y'all are through if you have a regular job. If you're in the military, look to go to war with everybody, because they will truly see us as a bunch of weak simps that are controlled by women, that we would vote against our own interests and our jobs. Trust me, the reason why I put the piece up with Australia looking at us is that I wanted y'all to see how foolish American citizens look to people outside of America that say, wait a minute, you're going to throw away jobs and your security you had under Trump because you believe the lies that the media tells you? And instead of looking at the guy's track record, you're going to say that the guy that has done nothing for 47 years is all of a sudden now going to do something over the guy that's been helping out minorities the past 3 years, going into 4 years. The guys that's done 3 peace deals, a booming economy in less than 4 years, and a dude that had 47 years, 8 as a vice president who's done nothing. And y'all are going to throw away the guy that did more than him because you don't like the way he talked to people, namely the media. Yeah, the United States is a bunch of wussies. That's how everybody looking at us. And trust me, if the Democrats get everything, all right, everybody's going to be like, the United States is open for corruption. The stock market will fail. All right. When the stock market fails, a lot of business will lose money. And all y'all that ain't working now because of COVID won't be working because of COVID and everything else. And once they see that they can beat everybody over the head with COVID, they're going to use that to rob people of every right that they have. And there will be no one to stop them. Period. There will be no one to stop them. Who's going to stop them? Absolutely nobody. Who's going to be crying? Everybody that elected them clowns into office. People in Pennsylvania are already crying. The most searched. Remember, more Democrats went to the polls early and did that mail-in stuff. The most searched query on Google right now is, can I get my vote back. But here's the thing. If you had hatred in your heart so built up that you voted against your interests because you was duped by the media, and the truth has always been out, the media hasn't done their job, but then most people didn't do their job either. It's your job to seek stuff out as if the media is not going to do their job. That's what your job is. Your job is to see, okay, oh man, the Nabi is saying some stuff right there. Now, some of the stuff you ain't going to have to seek out because I proved it through video. But my other statements, you're going to have to seek out. You're going to be, I wonder how much is what he's saying is true. Let me go look at it. He got these links in the description box. I keep wondering how many people check the links in my description box. And I wonder that by the questions I get asked, because in my research, I put the links in the description box. You know, I'll put the links in the description box. Or if you see the videos, you'll see the links or the web address in the video itself in them small 18 font letters. All right. Yeah. So Carl Black says, vote for a weak dumb out of hatred for the man that actually produced war will start for sure under sloppy Biden, because the world knows that fake Black Kamala is wearing the pants. All right, all the crooked stuff that has come out, everybody has chosen to want to ignore, and that's where things are going to be really jacked up. That as stuff goes down, the people of the United States, because of how we treated Trump, will have no credibility whatsoever. I'm going to say this. I don't know what's going to happen, because I know they have ways, given how Twitter and Facebook have done, they figured out a way to steal elections. The Supreme Court did not help us either. The Supreme Court allowed people to count ballots 3 days after the election. They're changing all laws and the Constitution right before our faces because of COVID. I want y'all to think about that. Because of the virus, they have stripped the United States of its Constitution and laws, just all the way up to the Supreme Court. So the question remains, what can you have faith in when you think about the United States? Because apparently they don't stand for their own Constitution. What kind of credibility will we have in the rest of the world when we're trying to tell everybody else how that be? Remember, Africa has no outbreak when it comes to this virus. One of the main medications that they take there for malaria is hydroxychloroquine. Remember, that medicine's been on the market for 65 years, and all of a sudden, in 1 year, it becoming unsafe. And doctors can't prescribe it anymore. Think about it. That's how sick this country has become. All right. And there's really no excuse for it. All right. What's up, Youngboy 24, Captain Marvel, Wang King? Who else come in? Sally G, Carl Black, Full Circle. Oh, yeah. He says, Carl Black says the Biden crime family is in heavy rotation on the Australian media, while the American media refuses to address it. Biden sold out to China. And that's true. As a matter of fact, what Biden has done is on a lot of other people's media too. Let's see. Hey, thank you, Texas Marine, for posting my information. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And so, yes, this will allow them to destroy thousands of ballots. All right. This is going to be some jacked up mess. And the Supreme Court set it up to be really effed up like that. Now, I looked at somebody who said that said legislation on the ballot. All right, the Big D rants Big D Whitaker. All right, he says legislation on the ballot for November that bring back the very civil rights Nabi was describing. Hey, thank you, Diane Shaw. Hey, thank you. Every little bit helps. Okay, for those of you that are new, this channel is not merely about political and spiritual stuff. We believe in if we see a problem, trying to affect it, and even if we can't affect it in this country, we go to people that look that poor people in other places and help them that are part of the slave diaspora. Diaspora or diaspora. All right. Now, here's the thing. So my PayPal me and my Cash App is in the description box. So if you really want to know what this channel is about and what we do, what I do, just click on Reluctant Nabi Favelas or subscribe to this channel and look up by name Favela, Favela or Brazil. And you'll see kind of what we do, right? I do it for children here too, but just if I see them like through a school or something like that, I don't pretty much go to their parent because the single mother, I don't do that no more, right? I'll go through the schools, but there I go into the favelas. So just type in or all right, just type in Reluctant Nabi and type that in, and you could watch, right? You can watch and kind of see what I do, what I'm about, and now it'll look like some of us may need a place to live outside of the United States if the Democrats get control of the Senate, the House, and the presidency. I'm just saying, have a contingency plan. Because what you won't have is any rights. You saw the way they used the virus to take away everybody's right, their freedom to move around. All right. And they're going to force you to take vaccines. That's going to kill more people. All the policies, look at what the governor did in New York by putting the sick old people in nursing homes with the well old people. That's where most of the deaths came from, by the way. All right. Keep this in mind. Oh wow, yes. Sally G. Yes, 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 yes. I'm gonna tell you the other thing that's happened since Trump, and this is why both parties wanted him out of office. For the first time, a lot of these pedo rings have been shut down. He's really gone after these pedo rings. You saw a lot of people, you saw a lot of this come to light. They want that man out of there. All right, yeah. So, brothers, yeah, that's right. Keep your passports updated. Don't let your passports get behind. Keep them updated. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, I'm going to open up the floor for anybody that wants to call in. I got power. Now I'm playing with power. All right, if you want to call in, you have to, if you have something to say, the lines are open. If you want to appear in the, if you want to appear in and show yourself and have something to say, that's open as well. So, if you would like to come on and join in and say a word or two, let me know real quick. You can kind of text me and I can send you a link. All right. So you can text me. I'll send you a link. You're welcome. All right. So you can text me. I'll see you. I'll send you a link. All right. So that y'all can come on. So I will momentarily give you a moment. A moment. I'll give you a moment. And as you get your moment, let's see. All right. All right. All right. So the lines are open. And I'm going to just, this is my Jeopardy music. All right, that was the Emperor's New Nikes, and this is the last one after this. Nobody there. All right, y'all. So, all right. I guess nobody wanted to had anything to say. So I'm gonna bust a move on out of here. Again, let me remind you to like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification bell. All right. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Okay. Hit them thumbs up. And I'll look to speak to y'all afterwards. Remember, I leave again back for the favelas, back for Brazil on the 8th. I should get there around on the 9th. It's going to be a direct flight. I'm going to be able to take 70 pounds of stuff in 2 bags. So I'm going to have to let the zipper out. But anyway, so I'm getting ready to make these trips. And y'all, to those that's been donating to the channel and making it possible. See, because I could do the trips on my own. Right? If I was just going there to meet a honey and stuff, I could do that on my own. But to take all the stuff there that I take with me, yeah, I could. It's been great having those that have helped out. And some of y'all helped in other ways too. Like keeping me straight on things. Thank you, Texas Marine. Right? Because especially when I'm packing, when I'm doing stuff, when I'm online, when I am talking to y'all, it's I even get requests from Brazil from the NGO, and it's a lot to keep in my head. I got brothers that help me out. Brother Dwight, um, that these are brothers that live around me. Frizzo, my nizzle for shizzle. All right. Steve out in Tennessee. USMC vet and all of them out in Georgia. Hey, and so for the brothers that want to visit with me in Georgia, some of you brothers know what I'm talking about, that live along the way. Let's go visit. Y'all know I like to go up to Georgia and visit the people up there. But I'm thinking we should go up there and visit our brother USMC vet. All right. So if you're interested and want to know what this particular visit is going to be about, and we want real men to come on this visit, so we can talk some real men stuff and help so that we can help real men out with real men issues and maybe family stuff. All right. So my Facebook is in the description. Well, it's not. I'm going to put it here. All right, and since I have it up, I'm going to play one more song. Hey, what's up, Camo? Damn, Pierre. All right, I'm going to play one more, and basically I'm just doing this. I'm going to play this last one simply because I want to give y'all time to go into Facebook, right? And when you go onto Facebook, the first song was Emperor New Nights, and the other one was First Class. Let's do this one. Alright, we'll let this play through so that everybody can hey, Daniel Porter, I saw that the Michael Jackson thing, that was on point, dude. Alright. So I'm gonna let this play through so that y'all can get my information. Go look in the description box real quick. Don't forget to put those thumbs up. Alright. And so y'all have my if you see Reluctant Nabi Neo, y'all have my that's my Facebook stuff, right? Alright. So that's my Facebook stuff, and this is also a way to contact me when I'm not in the United States. So for you brothers that live along the way, or live in Georgia, or live in Houston, live in San Antonio maybe, if y'all live in them areas, we're going to try to make a trip up to Georgia on the weekend, visit some of the brothers up there, specifically USMC vet. All right. 28, Wednesday, 29, 30. All right. And so next week, maybe we could do this next week, y'all, and make a visit. So whoever has time to do this, I might have to get the big SUV. Let me know who's game. All right, hit me up on Facebook, or we can do it when I get back in December. Y'all can bring whatever y'all want, so long as it's legal. We all military here. We can go to the range. They got a nice range up there in Georgia. I know I used to go practice all the time in it. All right. So yeah, bring them. All we got to do is make sure all our stuff is legal. Yeah, so you want to do that. Yeah, they got a nice range up there. They got a few of them up there. I hope I could get to them and find them or remember where they were. But anyway, so that's what's up. So we'll make it a weekend trip. It should take us a day to drive up there with multiple drivers, all right? So with that said, I know Brother Dwight want to go, so we're working on the schedules of those that get off late on the weekend. So basically, we could do that like that. All right. So peace, love, and soul, brothers. I'm out. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notification bell. Don't forget to hit them thumbs up. All right. So hit them thumbs up and down, because we see that we always have the one person that show up to thumbs down the video. Because, like I said, a lot of us don't like the truth. All right. So with that said, I'm out. Peace, love, and soul. All right. And thank you all for showing up.